Night of the Headless Horseman was a CG animated Fox TV special that aired on October 28, 1999. All the usual characters show up: Brom Bones, Katrina Van Tassel, and of course the cursed Ichabod Crane. Directed by Shane Williams, the special clocks around 48 minutes. It was produced by Cinematech with a crew of 12 animators. Some critics have bashed the special itself for its early CG charm, but I've been noticing a growing appreciation for this miracle of late 90s 3D animation. The production for this TV special utilized motion capture and even facial performance capture, which was truly cutting-edge technology for 1998 and 1999. Only huge films like Titanic, Star Wars, and Lord of the Rings were using motion capture for select shots. But Night of the Headless Horseman, the entire special was all motion and facial capture. While this special was groundbreaking, it only aired once. Lucky for me, I taped it that one and only occasion, but the reception wasn't great. It was riddled with all the hallmarks of a bad TV recording: slight ghosting, horizontal smears, and zigzaggy interference. The special was released on VHS a year later, and I even remember seeing it at a Kmart but decided not to buy it because I was hopeful that there'd be a DVD version in the future. Well, 25 years have passed and no digital version of Night of the Headless Horseman has come out. Not even a digital upload on YouTube from Cinematech themselves. My goal was clear: find an official VHS release of the TV special, digitize it, and restore it so it can be presented in modern displays. I wanted to enjoy this special once again without having my brain filter out TV interference, VHS noise, and a limited dynamic range. I wanted to watch this as if it were a straight render from the original 3D files in 1999. I found a sealed VHS copy on eBay and immediately got to work. I was surprised that a 20-plus-year-old VHS had no mold or dust. It looked like it had come fresh off the factory. For this rescue operation, the most important piece of equipment has to be the actual VHS player. This is where my Panasonic Super VHS player with an integrated time-based corrector comes in. It's important to have a sturdy player with enough redundancies to play back this tape as cleanly as possible on its first play. At the end of this pipeline, everything will be landing on this mid-2000s laptop with a FireWire input. FireWire was a digital video standard used in the 2000s to transfer home videos digitally into your computer. It was a reliable way of transferring data with absolutely no dropouts. The reason why I'm using an old laptop is because I've tried using FireWire in modern computers and it's always buggy for some reason, so I went with what works 100% of the time. To get the analog video from the Super VHS player into a digital input on the laptop, I'll be using this Sony TRV-350 Digital 8 camcorder. What I do is I connect the audio and video outputs from the Super VHS player to the inputs on the video camera. The camera receives the analog signal and converts it to digital video. The way I can actually obtain the digital video as a file is by connecting the camera to the laptop through the FireWire port. This cable transmits the digital video file in real time to the laptop's SSD hard drive. Once everything is set up, I insert the VHS cassette into the player and start capturing. Immediately, I can tell the difference between my over-the-air TV recording and this sealed official VHS. The improvement is noticeable and substantial. The dynamic range is wider, there's less noise, and there's more detail in textures and faces. Now that I have the video in the digital realm, I finally get to truly work on it. What I can tell right out of the gate is that even though there's more apparent dynamic range, the image still looks flat and muddy. That's a combination of the signal getting compressed so it won't clip the highlights or crush the blacks, and the inherent nature of VHS having video noise. I have to be careful which I address first, but from experience, I usually correct the levels, boost the colors to modern standards, and that will naturally exacerbate any noise in the image. After the colors and levels have been locked in, that's when I clean out the noise using Topaz software. So for the color correction, I use DaVinci. Any version will do. We're working with VHS after all. I've been denoising footage for close to 20 years, and the issue has always been loss of detail. Now that Topaz Video uses AI models to remove noise without any detail loss, it feels like you're peeling off a thin film of dust from the image. It really gives that feeling that I'm seeing the TV special fresh off the airwaves once again back in 1999. But we all have HD or 4K displays now, so even though I don't pretend to pass this 480p animation as high def, there's still one last step I want to go through: up-resing without adding fake detail. Doing another pass in Topaz Video AI, I can increase the resolution of the video by keeping the original elements intact, but eliminating that pixelated look. It also corrects any color spill that's very prevalent in VHS recordings. The difference from TV recording to VHS to color corrected to denoised to up-res is so satisfying. It's night and day. I love seeing the progress from one step to the next. It feels like you're peeling layers off and traveling back in time to watch the original render. But for now, I really wanted to share with the world how much I appreciate this TV special to the point of doing my own personal restoration. So, happy Halloween, everyone.